Welcome to the Grumpy Hustle Podcast with your host, Mr. Ray Scooney, and me, Grumpy Gamer. Thanks for tuning in to episode 3. We're glad you're here. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
What up? What's going on, everybody?
Yo, Nick, Grumpy Gamer. What's up, baby? How you doing?
Doing good, man. How'd it be?
Chilling, brother. Just enjoying the beautiful Sunday that I had. What about you, man? How was your Sunday?
Sunday was good. Got some chores done. Got the house cleaned up a little bit. Did some laundry, so I feel pretty good about myself. Hung out with the dogs, took them for a walk.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. JD, I see you up in here. JD, hype train, baby. What's up, man? Welcome. Well, ladies and gentlemen, Nick, I'm excited, man. I just want to get right into it. I don't know about you, but I'm ready.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's go.
Let's run it. Ladies and gentlemen of the Grumpy Hustle Podcast, welcome to our first of many top 10. We're starting out with top 10 movies. Favorite movies that we've had since growing up, since playing in the sandbox when we were kids. 10 most cannot miss movies. The ones that if we on a desert island, Nick, we have to have them. We got to.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm ready.
Okay, well, let's do this. Let's
run it. Number 10. We're starting up for 10. We're starting with my list, I believe. First, Nick, and we're gonna go on the little dark side here, ladies and gentlemen. We talking about okay, Nick. This is
no. It messed up. Sorry, we're on yours.
All right.
We're on yours.
Okay.
We're on theirs.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, woo! Let's get it. The first one, we go to the dark side, baby. Linda Blair and Jason Miller, The Exorcist. The OG of OG scary movies. This is the movie that my parents allowed me to watch when I was younger. I absolutely loved it. The climbing on the wall, the throwing up the green pea soup looking stuff, she was peeing on the ground. This was one of the scariest fucking movies I've ever seen when I was a younger kid, and that legit gave me nightmares forever. To this day, this is one to me is one of the great ones. I don't know, Nick. What are your thoughts on this one?
I'm a bit of a sissy, bro. Like, I think you know that. Like, I don't do this scary stuff. Like, it's not my jam,
Right.
I think I remember seeing The Exorcist when I was little, and it scared the shit out of me, and then I never watched it again.
Yeah. No, I watched a bunch of scary movies. I watched, God, I can't even think of them all, but I know my dad let me watch all the Chucky movies when I was little. I got to watch,
I did enjoy
the
Chucky.
original Pets. No, yeah, the Pet Cemetery. I watched that one. Phantasm, I love that one. God, obviously all the Freddy Krueger movies. I just, they were great. I don't know. It's just for this one right here for me was one of the best ones, and I never got bored of it. It was just so scary, and even to this day, I love some of the newer Exorcist, some of the great movies that are out right now. The Conjuring, that movie is fantastic. Anything around this kind of style of movies, man, they're just captivating for me. I don't know, man. Linda Blair was fucking amazing in this movie. Linda Blair, she's one of the main characters. She was the exorcist. She was the possessed little girl. But man, yeah, I loved it. I don't know. It was just I have to have it. Number 9. Moving on. Number 9.
Step Brothers.
Step Brothers.
Absolutely.
If you don't quote at least one thing in this movie, at least once a day, I don't know what you're doing with your life. This movie is literally quotable every single day.
I ain't touching drumsticks, man.
Yeah. I know you touched my drumsticks because cop doesn't start till 4. Did we just become best friends? Yep. Do you want to do karate down in the basement? Yep. You know what I mean? Like every part of this movie is fantastic. And I even texted Nick late last night and I was like, no, you got to change one. I had to look at all the space for activities. Fucking, there's so many quotes in that movie that you use at least once a day. And it's the funniest shit. And I figured if you're going to have a movie that you can't have ever again, or that you're going to be on a desert island with, that's got to be one. It just has to be, right?
That's a solid choice.
Solid.
It really is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I just, with Will Ferrell, and I can't believe I forgot the other guy's name. He's so funny. Him and Will Ferrell do so many other movies together. I forgot his name. But
let's see.
You know what it is?
I got you.
Let's look that one up because I honestly
John C. Reilly. That's right.
John C. Reilly. That's right. John C. Reilly. Those two together are fucking amazing.
Bro, I love them.
Boats and hose.
I love them in Talladega Nights too. Them in Talladega Nights was amazing too.
Oh, right. Shake and bake.
You gotta shake it, and then you gotta bake it.
Bake it. That's so good, bro.
Bro, when he's sitting in his house after he's sleeping with his wife.
Yeah.
Bro, why am I even talking to you?
It's like, even though he's sleeping with his wife, he's like, they're still kind of friends, but kind of not friends, bro. It's just, those two together are so funny. Dewey Cox is another one. Oh my God. John C. Reilly is so funny, man. And I can't get enough. Boats and Hose. It's stupid, but so funny, man. I texted, when I texted Nick last night, I texted him, hey, you got to take out, I'll be real, I had Ghostbusters on that list at the same spot. And, it was just, I had to take it up because I just quote so many things of that movie all the time. And I'm just like, I had to get it in there. I had to. I don't know. It was great. Yeah. Gosh, I just something about, he said, punch me in the face. He's climbing up the treehouse, and his brother says,
the thing about those movies is there's some people that just don't like them. Like, there's some people that just don't do stupid comedy. Like me, I love stupid comedy. Right. I have no problem with it at all. But some people, it bothers them to a deep level.
Really? That's weird.
I know it's weird, but I'm like, I'm sitting down to watch this movie not because I'm looking for a cinematic masterpiece, because I'm looking to, to learn something new. I'm sitting down here because I want to laugh my ass off and just forget about my problems right now.
Right.
So I don't know.
So let's go over to the chat real quick. We got, I think Happy Gilmore is better than Billy Madison.
Man, you jumping ahead, bro.
Well, am I jumping ahead? My bad.
Not you, him. He's jumping ahead.
That's right. He's looking at the list. I appreciate that, Wes. Wes, I'm glad you're here, man. Thanks for coming in. But on to the next one, number 8. Ladies and gentlemen, Adam Sandler. And I feel like Adam Sandler should be in a lot more in my top 10 because I fucking absolutely just love Adam Sandler. But Billy Madison.
Yep.
Right? If you know.
Look at this fun.
Again, it's right in with Step Brothers as that movie where there's quote you put in there, so sorry to interrupt. He called the shit poop. When they lit the dog with the paper bag full of shit on the guy's porch.
When he's drunk off his ass, he's still drunk off his ass in most of the movie, but he's getting in his golf cart, driving to the end of the long ass driveway to go get all of his nudie mags.
It's nudie magazine day, bro.
Your shampoo's better.
Bro, that scene. Stop looking at me, Swan. Fucking that movie, bro. Fucking, he's going in and he's God, what's the scene? He's in the class. He's in first grade and he's in Miss Lippy's class, and Miss Lippy's reading The Dog Who Lost Its Way, or the puppy. She said the puppy who lost its way. And he goes, all the other kids are out cold sleeping. And he's he totally disagrees with the end of the story. And he goes,
get your ass out there.
You get your fucking ass out there and you find that fucking dog. He goes, she stops and she goes, I think it's time for dodgeball. And that's when he fucking proceeds just to fuck all these kids up in fucking dodgeball. Yeah. It's just that movie. Yeah, God, the movie is just fucking amazing, bro. I don't know.
We gotta put poop on the doorstep and set it on fire.
He has this fucking vendetta against this fucking penguin. Yeah. Right? This penguin just fucking shows up periodically throughout the movie. Bro.
Oh, I see. So sorry to interrupt.
Mm-hmm. Oh my God, bro. It's so good, bro. He goes every time he graduates, every time he fucking graduates, there's like this huge fucking party, bro. That just slowly gets bigger and bigger every fucking time he graduates.
Him
And it just
the fucking snack packs. Oh, the snack packs.
yeah, bro. I'll trade you that snack back for the rest of this banana. It's fucking O'Doyle, bro. Those guys, the fucking O'Doyles.
Oh my god, O'Doyle's. O'Doyle's rule.
O'Doyle rules. Yeah, bro. When they're doing like the fucking decathlon, or they're doing the fucking thing where he's like, it's like everybody is now dumber for hearing what you just said. He said a simple no would have sufficed. So it's just everything in that movie from start to finish is a fucking classic. And it's like, even to this day, I don't even know. I mean, Adam Sandler had to been in his fucking early 20s when that movie came out, and now he's fucking pushing 50.
Yeah.
And it's still funny as shit. Still funny.
I kind of wonder, because look, he's had what? Happy Gilmore, Billy Madison, he's had Grown Ups, he's had
Grown Ups 2.
He's
had Grown Ups 3?
Probably so.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go to Google here for this one because my mind is obviously not working.
He's had 50 First Dates. He's had
50 First Dates. There you go. 50 First Dates.
This guy's got 8 Crazy Nights. I know we're fucking missing there's all those Netflix fucking Netflix movies that he had.
Waterboy.
Mm-hmm.
The Waterboy.
Yeah.
Little Nicky, Big Daddy,
Little Nicky.
The Wedding Singer.
Yeah. Oh, The Wedding Singer? Fuck.
Like, bro.
Yeah.
Like, so the point is, I'm like, in all these movies, he's like just this unique individual, and I'm like wondering, man, how high was he for some of these fucking movies sometimes? Do you ever wonder that? Like,
yeah. Oh man,
like, is this just him, or was he just high as shit most of the time?
It would be. I don't. Yeah, it might even just be him. He's just a naturally fucking goofy guy. What's that one with the remote? Fucking when he goes back and he click. Fucking fantastic movie.
Did you ever
fucking
see
awesome
Don't Mess?
Mr. Deeds?
Oh, Mr. Deeds. Oh my god, Mr. Deeds.
The butler.
Is that Fruit Punch?
Yeah, bro. How fucking good he is writing the Christmas or holiday cards, bro.
Don't mess with a Zohan. Do you see Don't Mess with a Zohan?
Mm-hmm.
He's like catching a fish in his ass crack.
Oh, yeah, bro. I just want to cut hair with Mr. Paul Mitchell.
He says, it's all about the bush.
It's so good, bro. He ends up pounding that homie, the dude's wife, fucking Nick Swartz's wife, or mother. Yeah. Oh my god, bro!
Oh god, I now pronounce you Chuck and Larry. Like, oh, I'm looking here and going like, man, how did I miss a lot of these things? Anger management. Oh my god, anger management.
Yeah, there's just so. That's what I'm saying. Adam Sandler. There should be so many times he should be on this list, and it's it's a shame that he's not, because it is a tough list for sure.
Well, that's the thing, right? Like, yes, he could be on so many. Like, I can make a top 10 list of just him alone, but. Right. I had a few of them on there. Same thing with some other movies. Like, I had like some of the same ones. I'm like, I gotta pare this down. Like I just gotta pick my favorite out of that one genre because it was like too much, right? So I had Billy Madison and I had. Well, I'm not gonna go into my list, but so you know what I'm saying though. So yeah. Man is a legend.
But Adam Sandler is a legend, ladies and gentlemen. Number 7. Let's go right to it. The Dark Knight.
My favorite Joker. My favorite Joker.
I don't, and I 100% agree with you, Nick. But here's the thing: I don't think there's anybody out there that would really disagree, right? And I know it's not about the Joker. However, Heath Ledger, rest in peace. That man was incredible.
Oh yeah,
incredible. He helped make that movie, and it was fucking insane how good that movie was. And and regardless of like how I feel, this is, again, ladies and gentlemen, this is my list. This isn't anybody else's list. This is just my feelings. You can look up any list, any top 100, any top 10. The Dark Knight is in that top 10 in every fucking list out there. I guarantee you. It is insane how good this movie is. And it came out in 2000 and 2008, 2012. So when did it come out? When did The Dark Knight come out? I want to say it was like in 2000.
Dark Knight is really. Do you like that IMDb?
When did it come out? I want to say it's 2008 or 2010.
2008.
2008. Right on the money. That was 13 years ago.
Yeah, so
13 years ago. That movie is fucking amazing.
So this is interesting. We're doing this right now because actually I was just watching a video and it was talking about the Batman, right? And it's talked about like all the transitions it's gone through like Val Kilmer, George Clooney, Ben Affleck, now that Robert Pattinson is playing the Batman now, they're like talking about like how that's gonna go.
Yeah. Who was in Batman Forever, or was it Batman Returns? Which one was it?
I think that was Michael Keaton.
Michael Keaton. He's coming back. He's coming back.
Is he?
Yeah. Yeah. So there's
he was a good one.
Good one. Yeah.
But Christian Bale though, which is the Dark Knight Batman, he is considered actually to be one of the best Batman ever.
Yeah, I agree.
He had, and I think what it is that, yeah, he had definitely that Batman jaw and he pulled off the voice really, really well, and he was a fit, big, tall guy, but he also played that billionaire part really, really well, like in his tuxedo suit, well. Just acted like that cocky billionaire, like he just played every part of his role so well.
Yeah, I agree.
So
quick to the chat. I kind of dig Batman Begins. That's one with Michelle Pfeiffer, Catwoman, Robert De Niro or not Robert De Niro, but who was the Penguin? Danny DeVito. Danny DeVito as Penguin. That movie is definitely up there for sure for me. It represented Gotham really, really well. And that was the one with Michael Keaton. That was Batman with Michael Keaton.
So
absolutely loved that one. Michelle Pfeiffer was fantastic in as Catwoman.
I had such a thing for Michelle Pfeiffer in that movie. Oh my god.
Yeah, she was so extremely evil, but she was gorgeous in that movie.
Oh, yeah,
absolutely stunning in that movie.
Right,
Clooney or Kilmer? You know what? I haven't seen the Val Kilmer one, but Val Kilmer would probably be the one that I would take out for sure.
Kilmer.
Yeah. George Clooney, I don't see how you can take out of anything. I think he's fantastic in his own right. But Val Kilmer, I didn't think he portrayed Batman correctly. For sure. And again, it may not have even been Val Kilmer. It could have easily been the writing or directing, right? We don't know. Some of these movies that have great actors have poor writing or poor directing. So,
well, I think here's the thing is if you've seen Val Kilmer in one movie, you've pretty much seen Val Kilmer in all movies.
Okay. What movie is he like popular for?
Top Gun.
Top Gun. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Top Gun. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yes. Okay. Holiday. I take that back, Wes. You are correct. Yes. Amazing Doc Holliday. You're right. Absolutely. 100%.
Okay. And gotcha. So Doc Holliday. Yeah, I'm not familiar with some of those other ones. But to go back through The Dark Knight, from the beginning scene to the end scene, it was just right. And what is the iconic line is that with Harvey Dent, he said, you either become the villain you're the hero, or you stay long enough for people to see you as the villain, or something like that, right? What was that kind of quote? Some along those lines, right? Trying to figure out that one, but that one still to this day rings true to a lot of these. Like even if you bring it into like celebrities, you
either die a hero or you live long enough to see yourself become the villain.
Right. Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. It's crazy. So that was an iconic line, right?
Yeah.
I love that line in that movie. There's so many good ones that Heath Ledger said. Gary Oldman was in the movie. Maggie Gyllenhaal was in that movie. Just some fantastic actors and actresses that that movie is it's crazy. I love it.
Agreed.
I love it. Number 6, ladies and gentlemen, Fight Club.
Hey,
If you don't like Fight Club,
we don't talk about Fight Club.
That's right. There's the biggest rule in Fight Club is that we do not talk about Fight Club. That's it. But in this podcast, specifically tonight, we're going to talk about it.
Bro, that movie, what a mindfuck, right? Like
the whole thing from start to finish.
Yeah. I remember the first time watching the movie and going, wait, what?
Yeah. First of all, shout out to Brad Pitt, Edward Norton, and Nick. Find out the woman's name because she was fucking amazing herself. But that movie, from start to finish, Edward Norton. First, Edward Norton, he should be somewhere in my top 10, which he is in my.
Yeah. Okay. So yes,
Helena
Bonham Carter. Yeah. I was going to say, like, I thought that's who that was, but I wanted to verify. Yeah, Helena Bonham Carter. Yeah, she's fucking fantastic. That woman can play like the sexiest actor ever, and then she could play an absolute like this just utter crazy fucking nightmare of a criminal. Like she is so versatile, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, right. She was. Oh my god, she was casted perfectly for that role. And it was crazy. Just from how Edward Norton just literally made up these people in his head. Right? He was Tyler Durden. That's who he was. And that's why Helena Carter was just like the whole time she was like, you are Tyler Durden. And he was just in this fucking alternate dimension, starting this fight club, beating up this huge dude named Bob with massive tits.
Dude, Bob was probably my favorite character.
They had just the overall, the whole movie, just him getting beat up from what he started in his beginning of his life to how he ended and blowing up all of those buildings and destroying. I think, as far as I can recall, because I haven't seen it in a little while, those were all like credit bureaus, right? He was wiping out the financial institution. Or was it just a bunch of different buildings?
Good question.
I don't know.
Spoiler.
I just thought it was.
Spoiler alert.
They had a bunch of twisted movies around Fight Club time, like The Sixth Sense, Pulp Fiction, etc.
I don't know, bro. If you haven't seen Fight Club by now, it's a spoiler alert. Don't apply.
Yeah. We should have said that in the beginning, guys. Spoiler alerts may happen. We're sorry. We're sorry, but we're not sorry. But yeah, Fight Club again, man. Just overall, the movie was fucking great. A mind trip, especially like the first time ever seeing the movie. It just threw you off. Like the whole time you were like thinking all these people are real.
Yes, headquarters of major credit card bureaus. That's what it was.
Yeah. Okay. Right. And so like everything in that movie, bro, was so wild and so methodically, put out there. And then at the end, when he realized he was putting the vinegar on his own hand to fucking calm the burn that he put on his own hand, and Tyler Durden was just this guy that he portrayed himself being, in this other life,
right.
Yeah. So it's just kind of those movies that just got you thinking. And you're like, at the end, you were like, what the fuck? That's one of those movies, like shit, bro. So. Again, Fight Club had to be my top 10 for sure. So, all right, ladies and gentlemen, top 5 movies of all time from Ray. Number 5, The Imitation Game. This one I'll talk about a little bit. I don't want it because it's still fairly new, so I don't know if people have seen it or if people have not seen it. Nick, have you seen this movie?
I have not seen it. No.
Oh my god!
And here's the thing. Is I actually oh my god, why did I just blank on his name? God, the hell's his name?
Benedict Cumberbatch.
Thank you. I love Benedict Cumberbatch. Ever since I first saw him in Sherlock, I have been obsessed with Benedict Cumberbatch. Because that guy is awesome.
I won't. So I'm not going to spoil it, but it's a movie that it's about Alan Turing. And Nick, if you can do me a favor, Nick, let's pull up just the trailer if we can.
Yeah,
Can we pull up the trailer of Imitation Game?
Yeah, you got it.
I'm not going to spoil it too much, but it is going to go over some things.
Well, I mean, it's the trailer, right? It's what the production company released for it. So let's see, official trailer.
Let's bring this up. And I will say, ladies and gentlemen, shout out to my man Nick for updating the production value, like he said on episode 1. Check us out.
We're getting there.
We're getting there.
We're getting there. And next time we do some top 10 list, guys, just I didn't have time for this one, but we will make it to where we like just do one at a time, like where we like kind of reveal each one, like whatever the topic is. So
yes, sir.
We're just kind of getting our bearings right now, figured out how to. We're new at this, so just bear with us. Okay. So
let's pull this up. Let's check it out. But Wes, if you haven't seen this one already, let's pull this up because this movie, absolutely, I'm not gonna lie, guys, it did make me tear up a little bit. Let's check it out. Let's go.
We're not winning it. If you speak a word,
I don't know if we're going to be able to hear it from Nick's point of view. Nick, what do we think from here?
It's the greatest encryption device in
history. It's going. They surely heard
it for all communications.
Everyone thinks Enigma
is
unbreakable.
Yeah. Let me try, and we'll know for sure.
Mr. Turing, do you know how many died because of it?
I don't.
3. While we've been having this conversation.
Gentlemen, meet Mr. Turing. We to work together then. I'm afraid these men would only slow me down.
Popular at school, way?
We're short on staff.
We get more staff then. You have 6 minutes to complete the task.
Is it even possible?
No, it takes me 8. 5 minutes and 34 seconds.
You said to do it in under 6. What is it that we're really doing?
We're going to break an unbreakable Nazi code and win the war.
Checking with you guys. Can you guys hear that?
You know, to pull off this irascible genius routine,
should be able to.
Has to be a genius.
I'm designing a machine that will allow us to break every message, every day, instantly.
You're going to need all the help you can get, and they are not going to help you if they do not like you.
Have you decrypted a single German message?
You will
never understand the importance of what I am creating here.
Our patience has expired.
No!
If you fire Alan, well then you'll have to fire me.
Me too.
And me.
You better bloody work.
Alan, you do not have to do this alone.
What are you doing? What's going on?
The Navy thinks that one of us is a Soviet spy.
You've got more secrets than the best of them.
What if I don't fancy her in that way?
Can't tell anyone, Alan. It's illegal.
I'm just a mathematician.
Sometimes it is the people who no one imagines anything of who do the things that no one can imagine.
All right.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't seen that movie, please check it out. The Imitation Game, man. Holy cow. Alan, just the true story of Alan Turing is phenomenal. It is about the Cold War. Yeah, the new one that he came out, The Courier, is supposed to, I haven't seen it yet, but I'm going to check it out. The guy, Doctor Strange, Benedict Cumberbatch, the guy can act. There's no doubt in my mind. That is one of the greatest movies I've ever seen.
Well, have you seen him in Sherlock?
I have seen him in Sherlock. Yeah.
Oh, so good.
Yeah, he's such a great actor. He's such a great actor. And it's a sad story. If you don't know the story of Alan Turing, obviously it's about him and what he goes through. And it's sad, man. It's sad. It's unfortunate that back in a time like that, for as smart as this guy was and for the impact that he had on our world right now, it's crazy. It's crazy. You know what I mean? So, yeah, if you haven't seen it, Wes, check that movie out. Paul, welcome in, man. Hey, doing something like that, just got off work. Welcome, man. Thanks for getting off work. We are doing something, but we need some more time with that one. We're going to be doing some UFOs here. Coming up, Paul, we need some more time. We'll get that one squared away, and we'll have you in there for sure, Paul. He did, JD. He totally got screwed over for doing so much that changed the history of today. If he didn't do what he did, our history would be completely different. Completely different. Have you seen him in Between Two Ferns interview with Zach Galifianakis? I haven't, but I know Zach Galifianakis is fucking insanely funny, and he's had some people on. But Zach asked if his accent helps cover the fact that he's a bad actor. You know, that doesn't surprise me that anything that Zach Galifianakis says Between the Two Ferns, man, it's just the guy is fucking hilarious.
Did you see the one with him and Obama?
Yeah. Hey, Obama is witty as fuck.
Oh yeah, and Obama lit him up like he was just one lining him left and right.
Yeah,
it was awesome.
I forgot he said something about him being president. Fuck it, and Obama said some shit that just blew him away.
So,
it was funny.
Paul, you said Sundays at 7 are going to be hard for you. Yeah. So, should we go ahead and talk about the other day?
Yeah, we can. Again, we're going to be doing Wednesdays too, Paul.
Yeah.
So,
yeah,
we'll put together some stuff on Wednesday. I know we have some. Stuff coming up in regards to different topics, but UFOs is on our again, ideally, in our top 10 list right now for sure. When it comes to getting Wednesdays till 8 and off Tuesdays and Fridays, Paul, we'll figure out a schedule that works for you, man. I promise. We'll get you in here. But nonetheless, we're inside my top 5. Let's go into top 4. 300. If you haven't seen 300,
man.
Oh my gosh, that is a full-on dude flick if you have ever seen one.
It's like
100%.
Yeah, and it's like it's a great movie, but it's also been great for like the memes too. Like, they made a spoof off that, like where did you see the one like I can't remember the name of it, like where they did the "This is Sparta" scene, and it was just a lot of people, and they just kept walking up, and the dude just kicking him in. What the fuck?
How it goes, bro. That's how. I mean, the movie is so good. Just the animation of the movie, the style, just. The 300. I mean, obviously we know it was based on historical facts for the most part. Obviously, there's some cinematic things that made it a little bit better. However, for the most part, that's kind of how it went. And Gerard Butler, fucking the whole. I mean, man, just those battle scenes were so. I was probably one of like the first movies that was like that open to being that bloody and that gory and that just aggressive.
Oh yeah, for sure.
It just sucked you in. The history of it, there was 300 these 300 warriors. What's that one where he meets up with another group and he says, we have more soldiers than you. What are you doing here? And he said he asked them, what is your profession? And he said, oh, I'm a sculptor, sir. I'm a sculptor. And he starts asking all these people, and he's like, and then he just yells, Sparta, what is your profession? And then just the war, just like the howl and just the aggressive just nature of them answering that question is just like, fuck, bro. That movie, if you haven't seen that one, fuck, that movie is
classic
just
for sure.
You just watch it. They were just from all the scenes, how well directed and well shot they were, just fucking from top to bottom. That movie, incredible. It's crazy. So, top 3, baby. Full Metal Jacket. That's I'm gonna tell you right now, Nick. The beginning scene of that fucking movie. Is there one better? I don't think so.
I can't. I can't think of one.
This is my rifle. This is my gun.
Yeah, that whole movie was, there were
Fucking
some parts
mind-blown.
that were just like, there's so many. The suicide scene in that movie, like, oh my god, like, then was it Army? His name, the drill instructor guy.
Oh yeah, that guy. He's funny. He just recently passed away. I don't want to say recently, but he passed away not too long ago.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of Kind of sad. He was really good though. Pow! His name was. He just fucking yelled at it. And Wes, Full Metal Jacket was straight up like
Arlie Ermy. That's who it is. Arlie Ermy. Yeah.
Fucking rest in peace. But man, he was fantastic in that movie as a drill instructor. So fucking perfect. I feel like he took on that persona after that movie. You know what I mean? And I think I'm sure he probably was in the military just based on just how he carried himself throughout his life. But that Full Metal Jacket was almost like two separate movies. There's that beginning first like 35, 45 minutes, and then the last half of that movie was just, they were two different movies. But holy shit, man. Just, being in the military myself, obviously I never went through something like that, but definitely can kind of understand the pressure that's being put on, young kids. Because I mean, at the end of the day, they're 18 and older, I'm sure, but they're still kids.
Yeah.
And the pressure that's being put on these kids to perform in these situations that, are absolutely intense is mentally draining for people. And for him to go off on kind of how he did, I mean, to be constantly dug at by his peers, his leaders, it's, and have access to those kind of guns. It's not fucking surprising, It's not surprising, but it's just the whole movie. It's just fucking crazy to watch, and it sucked me in for sure. It sucked me in. So
man, I'm looking through some of the quotes of this movie, like the gunnery sergeant said. It's like, damn, you climb like old people. Fuck, Private Pile.
Yeah, bro.
oh wait, hold on. Didn't mommy and daddy give you enough attention when you were a child?
Yeah, bro. Like, it's like hearing that shit all day long.
If God, oh my God, if God wanted you up there, I'm sure he would have miracled your ass up there by now, Brad Pile.
Yeah, bro. Like, it's crazy. Just the constant digging that he endured from his leadership.
Yeah.
Fucking insane, bro.
Oh,
insane.
God. You look at the kind of boy who can suck a golf ball through a garden hose.
Yeah, bro.
Oh, that one. Woo.
You look like you can suck a golf ball through a garden hose, boy. Like, the fucking shit is so bad. And God, can you imagine that? You couldn't get away with that movie today.
No. And actually, that's funny you really up because I was just saying the same thing. I was like, man, like I'm looking at this list and going, that wouldn't fly today. Like so many trigger alerts like happening here. But I mean, I think that also speaks a lot too. Cause so like I talk to my daughter a lot of stuff about these things because she listens to a lot of that. I don't know. I'll probably get myself in trouble here, but I tend to think that the current generation's a bunch of snowflakes for the most part. And she is kind of bought into that mentality sometimes. So like I'm trying to pull her away from that to just like to teach her that you don't have to you shouldn't take everything personally because not everything's about you and it's not your job to be offended for somebody else, things like that. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
like
right.
Just like, and sometimes things are just a joke, like, and you don't have to take things so seriously. So like, look at these things, like, yeah, some of these are pretty harsh, and I'm sure that something like with mental illness, like what happened in this movie, it was like, yeah, that was way crossing the line. But if you said some of these things nowadays, like, are you kidding me? Like, people would be getting canned left and right. Like,
yeah, could you imagine?
Yeah,
I mean in Fight Club they can call it like the mental health crisis, right? Oh, this person, it's like this person's doing drugs, this person's seeing other people. It's not funny, you know what I mean? But it is it's a movie, man. I agree with you. There are a group of people in this new age generation that are a little soft, that were never shown this kind of life, this kind of shit, right? And everything's inappropriate and everything's fucking whatever. But at the end of the day, they have their own thoughts and opinions, and they're more than welcome to exercise those. But yeah, and Wes, you remember the chant? I don't know what I've been told. Eskimo pee is mighty cold. Yeah, bro. Like, some of this shit is just not. You say it now, and fucking you get culture canceled. People sign up petitions to get your ass out of there, bro.
Okay. So this is a quote. This is not me saying this. Okay. This is a good point. It's something that would never fly in a movie today. Okay. Gun Research says, "Where are you from, anyways, Private Cowboy?" "Sir, Texas, sir." "Texas? Holy talk shit, only steers and queers come from Texas. And you don't much look like a steer to me, do ya?" Narrows it down. "Do you suck dick?" "Sir, no, sir. I bet you're the kind of guy who'd fuck a man in the ass and not have the common courtesy to give him a reach around."
So fucked up, bro. Like if that is said right now, we're getting canceled. That's it. We're done.
Right, done.
Fucking,
Sorry.
Quote, that was a quote in the movie.
End quote.
And yeah, bro. Like
that wouldn't fly.
Sure.
Yeah, like oh.
But nonetheless, that movie is fucking incredible.
TikTok just canceled our accounts,
Damn it. All right. Well, that's what happens. So, but right. There's so many things that are just wrong in that movie in today's world, but genuinely, truly happened back in his time, right? There's no limitation on what a commanding officer or anybody in that upper leadership could do to you. And who are you going to tell? You can't tell anybody.
Right.
So as wrong as some of the things that were said in that movie, which we know now, and we've known for quite some time, but during those times, people were verbally attacked, they were physically attacked, and there wasn't a fucking thing anybody could do. Nothing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it was shitty for a lot of people, and they were exposed to things that have forever scarred them, and unfortunately that shit did happen back then. But again, I think that's part of the why I think the movie was so great, is that it did portray real shit that happened back in those days, and it was crazy. So go watch Blazing Saddles if you want to see something that wouldn't fly today. Yeah, I can remember some scenes specifically in Blazing Saddles that definitely would not fly today. But on to the next one that's maybe a little bit more mild than Full Metal Jacket is Boondock Saints.
Not by much.
Not by much, but it's a little different. It's a little better.
So honestly, I've only seen Boondock Saints like twice, and I remember loving it, but I don't remember too much about it.
So Boondock Saints, if you ever seen,
so two Irish brothers, right?
Two Irish brothers, right?
Yeah.
Right. And virtually what it is they are sick and tired of the bad guys doing bad guy shit. And so they take on this ideal of vigilantes that go in and kill the bad guys for the cops, which turns into, obviously now you have, okay, these guys are great, but at the same time, these guys are killing people. So are they as bad as the other people? I don't know. And so the movie goes on throughout this time, but the second one, I'll be 100% honest. The second one, I don't think was as good as the first one. It was good. I don't know if it was good as the first one. I will say the actors in it are fantastic. I will say William Dafoe is fucking amazing in that movie. William Dafoe in general is fucking just astounding as an actor. But if you've ever seen The Walking Dead, I can't think of his name. His name was Daryl Dixon in The Walking Dead. He's in Ride. He has his own TV show. Why can't I think of his name, Nick? What is the guy's name? Norman Reedus. Sorry, Norman Reedus. Norman Reedus is fucking phenomenal in that movie in that movie. And he's fantastic in The Walking Dead too, if you ever seen it. But the second one was okay, but I do like the fact that one, again, it was just a full-on just dude's movie, but at the same time it was kind of wild because they were just like these good guys, but they, their dad was a hitman and he was a badass one at that, and so they just continued his kind of his I don't want to say legend, but
legacy.
Carried on legacy, what he did. Yeah, thanks. And yeah, they just went off and killed bad people, and then they had people come after them. And as of right now, I won't spoil it if anyone hasn't seen the second one, because it does lead into a potential third one that we won't talk about. But there is supposed to be some stuff going on with the third movie, so I'm excited about that.
I had heard. There's been talk about a third movie for a while, but I think it was just recently confirmed, right? So
yeah. So I'm super excited for that one to come out for sure. And so Yeah, it's just one of those movies I can never get bored of. I can never get bored. Boondock Saints, #1 and #2. I'm just a fan of the movie, so I have to watch them both. So it's not bad. But we've gone to the final one of my #1 movie that I have to have, ladies and gentlemen. Gangs of New York. I can't. I mean, I gotta let that sit again, guys, gals. Gangs of New York is fucking the best movie on planet Earth. Again, in my opinion.
Let's watch the trailer, shall we?
Let's see the trailer.
I kind of want to just head straight into it, honestly, because I love this movie.
Let's do it. Let's talk about it.
Now, son, who's that?
Saint Michael.
Who is it?
Saint Michael.
And what did he do?
He cast Satan out of paradise.
Good boy.
On my challenge, we have met at this chosen ground.
The earth turns.
To settle for who holds sway over the 5 points.
But we don't feel it move.
Us natives or the foreign hordes defiling it.
And one night you look up. One spark. And the sky's on fire. Give me the strength for what I must do. To rest my father's ghost.
Who are you?
You're the priest's son, aren't you? His name's Amsterdam.
Amsterdam? I'm New York.
Everything you see belongs to me. The newsboys and quick thieves and blind tigers here in paradise. Everybody owes, everybody pays.
The appearance of the law must be upheld, especially while it's being broken.
Bill's taken quite a liking to you. If you're up to something, I don't want no part in it. More of us coming off these ships every day. Get all of us together, we ain't got a gang. We got an army.
You tell me you're a native. Do you want to know what a native is? A native is a man who's willing to give his life for his country.
Challenge.
Challenge accepted. I took the father. Now I'll take the son. I'm gonna paint paradise square with his blood. Always hire one half of the poor, kill the other half. Bricks, bats, axes, knives, pistols.
Oh, pistols.
Good boy.
Your father tried to carve out a corner in this country for his tribe.
That war is 1,000 years old and more. We never expected it to follow us here.
This will all be finished tomorrow.
No, it won't.
On your order, Val.
The earth turns, but we don't feel it move. And one night you look up. One spark. And the sky's on fire.
You know how I stayed alive this long? All these years. Fear.
He said fear is how I stayed alive this whole time.
You know, so that movie's on my list too. That was a good trailer, but if you haven't seen the movie, it doesn't do the movie justice at all.
Not at all.
That movie is like in a pure emotional roller coaster the entire way. Like,
right.
It just is.
Yeah.
So.
And Daniel Day-Lewis is, and I almost had Lincoln on here as well. But Daniel Day-Lewis is, it's unfortunate he retired from acting, I think is what he said. But the guy he just like turns into a character. I didn't see him as an actor. I literally watched this guy and I was like, holy shit, like this guy is straight evil. Right? Leonardo DiCaprio is obviously we know is a fantastic actor. Cameron Diaz is phenomenal. Just the whole and like the whole the style of that movie, the kind of the time period of when that movie took place was all about, again, in my opinion, was all about like your word. Everything, your word was everything, right? You fucking stick by your word and you handle your business and everything, and you're good. Like that was a time where it was just fucking incredible, and it was like such a fantastic and interesting time period. And like how that movie is laid out and how you see it is like genuinely like it feels like it takes you back to that time period, and it's fucking it's just great. Like it's just the time period. It just puts you there.
So
and I think
authentic.
anytime a movie can put you in that time period of when it's taking place is phenomenal.
Yeah,
and that in me, that movie takes me there.
It's like it transports you through time, and it makes you feel like you're there.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely. Totally agree.
I love it. I love it.
I learned so much about that era from watching that movie. It was unbelievable. But it made you feel the struggles that people went through and how much hate there was and just the violence. Oh my God, the violence. Like just.
And there's like a sheriff that walked around in town and saw, a body on the ground, and they just scooped him up and moved on with the day. Like it's fucking wild, bro.
Yeah.
And it's such like so iconic for that. That time period, it's so cool how it just put you there, and I love everything about it, man. I think every one of those actors and actresses are fantastic, and even the homie from Step Brothers was there, and I forgot his name again. He was in the movie as well.
It's John. Damn it! You know what it is?
Hold on. I'm looking back.
It's John C. Reilly. So
John C. Reilly, John C. Reilly was in that movie.
Reilly. Okay.
Yeah, and
I think it's one of the things like I always associate his face with things, but his name isn't like all over the place. I think everybody knows it. Like, oh yeah, that's right. Of course, it's John C. Reilly, but it's not like Will Ferrell. It's like Will Ferrell is just a household name. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like so.
Yeah.
Right. That doesn't make him less of an actor because he's amazing. Just I don't know. All right. Well,
let's keep it rolling, Nikki Two Steps, because we got your list to go, and everything's going great right now. So I don't want to stop the momentum. So, ladies and gentlemen, that was my top 10 list. If you have your own top 10 list, please do us a favor and send it to us. You can tweet it at us. You can send it on Facebook, Instagram, whatever you want to do. You want to make your own list. If you have an idea of your own top 10 list, shoot us an email. Shoot us on one of our social media handles. We'll hit it up. Nikki, 2 steps. Hit me with your list.
All right. Sorry, I'm working on the transitions here. All right, so my list is going to get coming up right now.
Walk Hard with John C. Reilly. You know what? I had Dewey Cox. Yeah, is that the same one, right? Dewey Cox. Walk Hard, or is it same, or is that different?
No, it's the same.
Is that okay? That's what. Shawshank. Yeah. That and I have some honorable mentions that we'll talk about after this, but.
I'm gonna we'll talk about all mine, but like we have some of the same ones, so like I'm gonna go past some of them. So Back to the Future. I've always been like that science-minded kind of person. I've always loved the idea of time travel being possible, and then that movie, The Flux Capacitor, and this crazy mad scientist. It just always intrigued me. So I love all 3 movies, 1, 2, and 3. I think they're phenomenal. I'm sure most people have seen Back to the Future, right?
You know, I
No.
I've seen parts. I've seen parts of them. I haven't seen fully all of them. The only thing I do know is that I my dream shoe is the Nike Mags, the one that Marty McFly's.
Of course, it's shoe related. Of
Hey,
freaking
but
course.
they are for like 40 grand. So I don't know if I got pockets deep enough for that just yet. But
just sell some crypto, bro.
yeah, fucking see, yeah. I guess I probably could. Hey, unless StockX starts, accepting crypto, maybe I'll hold off. But yeah, who knows?
Oh, that's funny. So Back to the Future. I think it kind of speaks for itself. But yeah. Once this baby hits a you're gonna see some shit. Yeah. I would recommend going and watch it. It's definitely a classic. The whole thing. And I think that Back to the Future does the same kind of thing to where it does a good job of transporting you into like an era, because the first one's like set in the 80s. So it's like, well, it's not that different. But then there's points in times where you're in the wild, wild west, which it's pretty cool. And then one point in time you're in the future and it kind of like makes you feel it too. So I won't talk about that one too much, but yeah, I love Back to the Future series. Gangs in New York, we just went over. It's not higher on my list because I think Ray and I had talked about this before, but like,
damn shame.
I know, but here's the thing: it's like I love the movie, but some of these movies I ranked on their rewatchability, and Gangs in New York is totally rewatchable, but because it's so heavy, it's not something I can like say watch like on a weekly or monthly basis, right? It's like I gotta be in the mood to watch it, right?
Sure.
But you guys know my thoughts on this. I love the Gangs in New York. Amazing movie. Fight Club, Tyler Durden. We already talked about that, so I'm not going to go into that one. But that is up on my list as well.
Memoirs of a Geisha is really good.
I haven't seen that one. Black Panther. I think Black Panther is a cinematic masterpiece. I think that for a Marvel movie that was over the top, to take this assuming you've seen Black Panther, right?
Oh yeah.
So, to take this history of this tribe and to just tell the story of it and then to make that city come to life, obviously some of it's Hollywood cinematics, and them really playing things up, and other parts that are from the comics. But I felt like I was there. When he flew into the city, it's like, man, I felt like I was there. And you could just feel the culture, but it was culture with all this technology that you weren't used to seeing in an environment like that. And that was just so freaking cool. But they still stayed so traditional to the roots of their culture as well. It was pretty amazing. What's your thoughts?
And I think, and I agree with you, man. I think also the amount of people that movie impacted at the time that it came out, and even afterwards, right?
Oh,
the movie, and rest in peace, Chadwick Boseman.
Yeah,
the man had cancer, and didn't tell anybody.
Yeah,
and continued to make these movies and continued to appease his fans with these incredible acting performances. Was just inspiring. He changed the world for a lot of these people who, especially in the African American community, where they needed someone like this, and he was legit their king. And the movie definitely is up there.
Well, so you're right. Like, think about it. For right when the movie came out, people were walking around. They were doing the Wakanda.
They still do it.
Yeah. And Chadwick Boseman, you're right. That man pushed through all these things, didn't tell anybody. And I think what I had read was he actually took on more work because he was so driven to get as many of these things out as possible because he knew the impact they were going to make and what a difference they would make, that he wanted to get them done. And that just speaks so much to not only like his work ethic, but also like who he was as a person.
Right.
Like,
his character.
Yeah. Like I went out and I sought out more movies he was in. So like, have you seen like Draft Day?
Yep.
Yeah. I love Draft Day. It's a great movie.
12 Years a Slave.
Yep.
Like there's obviously Black Panther. I mean, there's just so many. Jackie Robinson movie.
Oh my God.
Seen is
42. Yeah. So good.
So good, bro. And so, we're not doing him justice talking about all of his movies, but the guy is great, man. The guy is great. We'll miss him for sure.
For sure. And I think I had heard they weren't going to really recast his role. That they were.
I think they're making his sister in the movie, the new Black Panther.
Well, yeah. So but they're not recasting. They're just trying to take the character. They're trying to take it in a different direction that makes sense.
Right.
Which is good because I think that's exactly what should happen. To honor him. So, but yeah,
agreed. Cool.
Avengers End Game. This is one of my definitely my most rewatchable movies. Like I will watch this movie once a week.
Really?
Yeah, for sure. 310 to Yuma, Christian Bale, Russell Crowe, this movie. Yeah, that's a good movie. So Endgame. I love Endgame. Because Infinity War was really hard for me because I'm such a Marvel fan. Like in the ending of Infinity War was, so much death and destruction, and just you knew they were going to fix it, but it was just like that. What was about a year or so between the movies? It was rough.
Right.
And to see everything come together in Endgame was amazing. And then, of course, Iron Man is my favorite character. So this was your
favorite superhero?
Yeah, he is. Yeah, he's my favorite superhero. Sorry, I said character, didn't I? Yeah, Iron Man's my favorite. And that's just because, you know what? He's just a regular guy. He's just a really smart guy in a fucking suit. He doesn't have any special powers. He's got a brain and he's got money. And that's what he's got. And he's going up against gods. And I just I respect that so much. And so then of course with him, spoiler alert, dying in that movie. And him
What?
I know, sorry. My bad.
I've seen 98% of it. A couple more times I've seen. I haven't seen the other part. The last part where everyone dies. I've seen most of that, and then I haven't seen the other parts.
You haven't seen the whole movie all the way through?
No, not all the way through. No, I haven't. My kids have, but I have not. Yeah.
Wow. Wow. Okay. Wow.
I know. Shame on me. I'll get better.
Yeah.
I'll get better. It's just sometimes it's so long.
It's a long movie for sure. I
get bored.
Well, the thing is the whole movie, his narcissistic personality and, and then his beef with Captain Rogers or Steve Rogers, Captain America the whole time. And they built on that throughout every single movie. And to the point, where Steve Rogers is saying, you're not the guy to fall down and take out the, cover up a mine and to save everybody else. You're all by yourself pretty much. And then for them to end the movie with him saving the entire world.
Yeah.
In sacrificing himself, I think just really, yeah.
It was cool.
Yes, it is a long movie. I know it's a long movie, but it's a good movie. And here's the thing, to be fair, I often have it on in the background. So I'm not sitting there going oh my God, what's happening next? It's I'm usually editing the video or doing design work or folding laundry or something. I'm not sitting there just watching it. The Falcon Winter Soldier.
I think it would be a cool thing to do over a week's time, because I think it might take a week or at least a weekend, is to watch the Marvel movies in proper order.
Yeah.
Which I don't know what order they are. I heard it's
there's a list.
There is a list. Yeah. There's like I want to say it's like one of the Avenger movies, and then it's like one of the Thor movies, then it's like one of the first Iron Man movie, and then something like it's really weird. But I would like to see how it all intertwines. I think that'd be cool.
Yeah, I agree. Falcon Winter Soldier you mean on Disney? On Disney, yeah. The Falcon Winter Soldier, yeah. Have you seen that?
I haven't.
I would recommend watching it. Do you have
When did it come out? I have Disney Plus.
It's brand new.
Oh, is it brand new?
Brand new.
Oh wow, I'll check it out. Yeah, I do have Disney Plus.
Did you see Wanda Vision?
I did. Fantastic, by the way.
Yeah, it starts out rough. But
I think I have all the Marvel movies right here. Let me know. Guys, I appreciate that, Wes. I'm gonna reach out to you then. But WandaVision, on a quick side note, WandaVision, I thought when she was showing up her powers, I remember when I was watching End Game, she was fucking up the homie
Thanos
by herself before some shit went down.
Well, I think that was some precursor, honestly, because she's rumored to be one of the most powerful in the Marvel universe, and she's badass, underrated. Yeah. So
I was watching her and I was like, why is she so fucking tough right now? Why is she that powerful? And I'm thinking like Captain America. Captain Marvel. Is she more powerful than Captain Marvel?
That's a great question, because
they need to go head to head. They need to get mad at each other.
Because you saw how it's all Hollywood, but you saw how she got Thanos to the point of where he was calling for airstrikes to try to save his ass.
Yeah.
And Thanos didn't do that for Captain Marvel. He just handled it on his own, right?
Right.
Now, although at that point, to be fair, Thanos did have the gauntlet at that point in time. So, because Thanos did punch her without the gauntlet powered up, and she pretty much said nope.
Yeah.
And just and then that's when he used the Power Stone to take her out. But yeah. So I don't know.
She was doing her thing before then.
Yeah, but WandaVision, she's definitely been growing and growing. And now I'm not going to go into it, but
there's a Doctor Strange movie
for anybody who hasn't. But yeah, it's going to link up with Doctor Strange and the Darkhold and everything, and she's going to be OP compared to how she was.
Yeah.
She's going to be
she was doing her powers.
Yeah, she's going to be a whole into the level. She went on the same path as Doctor Strange, but I would say she's probably going to be amped up times 10. So
right.
So yeah, it'll be interesting. Okay, so wow, we were just talking about her off off End Game. That's right. So you have Billy Madison. I have Happy Gilmore.
Okay.
Happy Gilmore is one of those movies that I just love. The price is wrong, bitch.
What do you call him, Bob Barker, bro?
Bob Barker.
The fuck you guy.
I think you've had enough. No?
Shooter McGavin?
Yeah.
Yeah, I fuck with Shooter McGavin.
Dude, hold it. I need to see something here. I need to see if it's on here.
You're going to die, clown. Oh, man. It's so good. That big, tall giant that kept trying to fuck him up through that. Oh, man. His trainer, the alligator, the crocodile fucking bit his hand off. Again, that movie, it is good. I definitely think it's up there. And I did think about Happy Gilmore versus Billy Madison. I had to go with Happy Gilmore or Billy Madison. I just did. Want to go eat at the Sizzler? The alligator talked about it, took off his hand and I took his head. That's right. I was right because he fucking took it. He took it off and had it in the fucking chest.
All right, so I'm gonna pull a clip here real quick. Okay. Yeah. So here,
the air handshakes, they're so good.
All right. No.
Fans by yesterday, not us, and not actor Adam Sandler. 25 years after the film Happy Gilmore was released, Sandler decided to recreate his famous Happy Gilmore swing. Here it is.
Okay, it's been 25 years since I've done this. Let's see what happens.
Oh, I saw this.
I'm scared. Shooter McGavin, this is for you. And I'm not lying to you, that is smash. Smash. And that went pretty well. You dead, shooter.
Nice drive, Gilmore. 25 years, huh? Let's see if it's Shooter's Tour. Check it out. Oh, yeah. It's all about the short game. Drive
All about the short game.
Money. Shooter. Still got it. Well, thank you to all the fans, and thank you to you, Adam Sandler. And why don't you just meet me at the 9th green at 9, Gilmore? Little secret of the pros. Okay? Oh, and Gilmore, wear something nice.
So yeah, so I that came up recently, but I think that's
so good.
just it talks about the spirit of the movie. I think, and just it's a classic. I mean that's like a cult classic kind of movie.
Yeah.
So yeah,
true. It's good. I love it.
the cold cut combo.
Yeah.
All right, so moving on. So Happy Gilmore, I think most people have seen Happy Gilmore. Amazing movie. So this next one's a guilty pleasure for me. I'm sorry, I love Top Gun. Actually, I love a lot of those older like Tom Cruise movies. So like Top Gun, Days of Thunder, Cocktail. Like, it's my guilty pleasure. I love all those movies. But Top Gun, yeah, like, so I grew up watching that movie, you know what I mean? Like,
sure.
And it was just like these fighter pilots that were just utter badasses. You know, him riding a fucking street bike and Kelly McGillis, who was a fucking babe. Like how could you not love Top Gun? You know what I mean? It was just.
Yeah, and I haven't seen a whole lot of the movie. Again, I'm one of those movies. I like, if it's not grabbing me in the first little bit, then I get bored. I'll be real. Tom Cruise is not my favorite actor.
Oh, me either. That's what's funny. Is actually I'm not a biggest Tom Cruise fan, but for some reason I like quite a bit of his movies. Because him as a person, I'm actually not really a fan.
He's a little weird.
He's a little bit weird. Yeah.
He's a part of the Scientology group, and that's a whole nother discussion. But he's a little fucking.
That might be an episode of itself.
Yeah, he's a little wild. Ben Stiller as the nurse in Happy Gilmore was the best. Oh yeah, Ben Stiller. He said, I forgot what he said.
You'll shut up, or I will shut you up.
Yeah, but he said there was another thing where he's like he whispers something to his mom.
You're at my house now, Grandma.
Yeah, fucking just a dick the whole time. He says, "Tell Grandma you will go to sleep, or I'll put you to sleep. You're in my world, Grandma."
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, bro, it's so good.
Good news, everybody! We're extending arts and crafts time by 4 hours today.
Yeah. Oh, it's so good.
But my back hurts. Oh well, now your back's gonna hurt because you just pulled landscaping duty.
Yeah, bro, what a dick.
This is high quality shit we're selling here.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Happy Gilmore.
Yeah, I know we reverted, but yeah. So Top Gun, but then Iron Man. So Iron Man's on there just because, that's where I really fell into the Marvel universe. Like, there's some people that like grew up reading comics, right? Like, and I had comics, but I've never really been much of a reader. I got bored reading them. I didn't have the patience for them. So this movie was like the beginning of me really just like loving the Marvel universe. And then of course it's the origin of Iron Man. So I think that's why it's so high on my list, right? So
sure. I got that. I get it.
Gone in 60 Seconds. So this actually, there's many reasons why I love Gone in 60 Seconds, and I think a lot of people like Gone in 60 Seconds. But I grew up in a family that was a bunch of gearheads, right? Sure. And the car that showed up the most was 60s Mustangs. Like, they were, I myself have probably had 4 or 5 of them. Like
Eleanor.
Yeah, Eleanor.
GT500.
Yeah. So like that alone, like it holds a place in my heart of like a time when my family like was a place like where I remember being happy, and I learned a lot about cars, and just so me watching this movie kind of brings back some of those memories. But then there's also just the whole Nick Cage stealing cars, like being a big brother, being a badass with fucking hot as fuck Angelina Jolie on his side. Like
at the time, yeah.
At the time, yeah. I mean,
at the time,
not so much these days, but at the time, yeah, she was.
Yeah, and the movie was great. The whole idea of like boosting cars, doing it for your brother, your family, meeting all these people with all these specific style of skill sets. You know what I mean? Like these are all, every one of these guys had a different skill set in a way of boosting cars, and they were a family, and it was even though it was one of the movies where typically you never want the bad guy to win. Right. In this movie, ideally, these guys were bad guys. They were boosting cars, stealing them from people, and you were rooting for them not to get caught.
Right. They were just the better bad guys, right?
Right. They were the better bad guys. And so, when people looked at it, this was probably one of the first kind of movies where you wanted or you rooted for the bad guy. And I think any time that you can root for a bad guy, it's a great film. In my opinion.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I would agree. Yeah. There's the guy that who turned his life around and tried to, he left his family. He sacrificed his family to save them. Right. And then he turned his life around, was working with families and worked with kids and just kind of living a small town life, just kind of doing him. And then this man comes out of retirement and goes right back to being a badass to save his family, doing the thing that he promised that he wasn't going to do anymore. So,
yeah, it's been good. And guys, I hear you in the chat. I get it. These are our movies that we had to be on a desert island. These are movies that we want to watch. Now, I have an honorable mention list that we'll go over here in a bit, but I will say those movies got up on there. I had to put in the movies that I was going to watch, on a daily basis.
Yeah. So I was going to say the same thing. Yeah. I see it too. These are our movies, and trust me, the Clint Eastwood. Yeah. There's quite a few Clint Eastwood movies, probably more than I can even think of right now, but some serious ones, some not so serious ones, Gran Torino, Trouble with the Curve. There's quite a few Clint Eastwood movies I love.
There's a movie called True Romance. Has nothing to do with Clint Eastwood, but that's in my honorable mention. If you haven't seen True Romance, fucking amazing movie. Love it.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna totally commit a crime right now. I've actually never seen Scarface, so never seen it. Never seen it.
Ban him.
Or The Godfather.
Ban him. Get him out of here.
Never seen
it. Get him out of here. Get him out.
What can I say?
An all-time list. We considered going to 20. I think 20 obviously would have been too long, but top 10 is extremely hard. We were going back and forth on it a bunch of times last night.
Bro, I had to cut 20 off my list. Because it was so long. I was oh, this one, and I'm like shit. I got to sort all these. I got to stop picking movies because I love movies. I do. Just unfortunately, some of those movies I wasn't really around people to watch them, so I guess I just didn't really watch them. I had nothing against them. I probably should watch some of these classics. I just haven't.
Yeah, Scarface and The Godfather are movies that are just they're just too good.
I will say
they're just so good.
So this is not throwing hate or anything, but in my previous relationship, we were together for 16 years. She wasn't really into watching new movies all the time. So because of that, I think that kind of rubbed off on me because she also wouldn't want me to watch something without her. But she would tune out of things real quick. So I think because of that, I just got used to not watching movies. So I will probably find myself watching a lot more movies these days. So
yeah.
So moving up to the last one on my list is going to be Tombstone, which is funny because I think Wes brought up Tombstone at the very beginning of the podcast. Yeah, because of Val Kilmer. Yeah. And Tombstone is my number one favorite movie. I love the movie. and we talk about earlier about movies that transport you to a time, right? Like, and make you feel that emotion of like what it was like to live in that day and age. And I think Tombstone does a fantastic job of that. But this movie's also, it is just this emotional roller coaster. You've got Wyatt Earp, who, you know, paid his dues as a lawman, and I think it was Dodge City, like he cleaned up and then took his family and his brothers and went to go make a fortune for themselves, living somewhere new, right? To be greeted by just death and his marriage fall into shambles, and just him essentially turning into his version of what he considers to be the devil of himself, because that's who he had to be to get the job done. You know, have you seen Tombstone?
Right. I've not.
Oh,
I'm not. I haven't.
You gotta see Tombstone.
Yeah, I know that I think I've like scanned through it, and I've seen like maybe a part of it, but yeah, haven't sat down to actually watch it. But you know, it's not the first time I've seen it inside someone's top 10, top 20 list.
So Tombstone is one of those movies where watch it all the way through, because there are some parts of it that, yeah, they're kind of slow, but it picks right back up real fast, though. You know.
Okay.
And
when did it come out? When did it release? Roughly.
So Tombstone came out in, I want to say 98.
Okay, so it's 20 plus years old.
93.
Going on almost 30 years old.
Yeah.
20 years old.
Yeah, but I mean, just
still pretty relevant now.
Yeah, absolutely.
Pretty cool.
Tombstone is freaking amazing.
I'll have to sit down and watch it, Paul. I will.
Yeah,
I will. And I haven't seen the new Blade Runner either, so I don't know. Is that Blade Runner like 2077 or something? Was that what it is?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I
honestly, maybe have seen that one.
I haven't seen either of them, so I should probably watch it as well.
Okay. Yeah, I might have seen those ones. I'm trying to think where I saw that, but I'm almost certain I actually had watched that one. I can't remember it honestly, so it might have been a little while ago. But that was a great one. Tombstone. I haven't seen it, no, but I will.
So yeah, I kind of hurried through my list. I know we went over our normally scheduled time, but I wanted to leave a little bit of time also to kind of talk about what we're wanting to do next week, and that is that we will be putting up a poll on Twitter. So if you guys are not already following the podcast on Twitter, please do so. And we really would appreciate it for everyone to take the time today to go there, and we're going to have a poll up to vote on what the next week's episode is going to be about. And getting this done sooner rather than later is helpful, because it gives us enough time to prepare for the podcast and not have to leave things to the last minute. So, because we want to be able to put on the best show we can. So
let me put it up here so you can see it. There it goes.
Awesome. Thank you.
Up there now. But yeah, no, it's I enjoy doing these top 10 lists, and Wes, I caught that we could do comedies, horrors, and classics. I'm definitely down to doing something like that as well. And so that'll be another thing, just so we can kind of simplify it a little bit. I would have more respect for Val Kilmer if you watch Tombstone. I got you. Maybe I'll have a new thought on Val Kilmer after I watch it. So we'll see. We can do sci-fi, yeah. So I think we have a bigger opportunity to do more with these top 10 lists, which I'm extremely excited about. I don't know about Nick. I think these are a little bit funner to have. They're more interactive with you guys.
Man, did you say funner?
Funner? Are they funner? Is that a word? Funner?
More fun.
More fun? Damn. Can we edit that out?
Live,
no,
bro.
no. Don't edit it out. That's me. Funner. What's a Twitter? I have MySpace. Okay, Wes. We don't have a MySpace, but maybe we'll look at creating a MySpace just for you, Wes. We'll have one follower. It'll be Dip Tip. That's it. Don't worry, Wes. We'll have one of those cool backgrounds that used to be able to imprint on MySpace to have the little backdrop. I used to be real good at that shit back in the day.
Don't worry, Wes. We know you've got Facebook, bro, because we tune in to your stream all the time.
That's right. If you haven't done so already, a quick shout out to my man Dip. He is on Facebook Gaming. He streams Fortnite and some Crash Bandicoot with some other games. Low key, chill, my man. Fun dude. Exciting to watch him play when he gets cracked at Fortnite. And just a great dude, man. He's a good dude. So if you haven't followed him already, Dip on Facebook. He's a great dude. Met him through streaming.
This is my buddy Dip. He's totally cracked at Fortnite.
Been playing the Mass Effect Trilogy Legendary Edition. It's dope. Okay, all right. Mass Effect. I know it's been a while since I played Mass Effect, but I definitely wouldn't be against starting it back up again. So that's pretty cool. Paul, have you downloaded all the games you said you were gonna do with your new PC then? Because you should be setting that up.
Paul get a new PC?
Paul did get a PC.
Nice.
Yeah. It's kicking it right now. They got everything I ever wanted. See, good, man. Get away from that laptop and go to a desktop.
Very nice. Yeah,
that's dope.
I've played the laptop game. Like I've bought some like high end freaking laptops, and I tell you, they were more trouble than they're ever worth. And I will never touch a laptop for a gaming computer ever again. They're great for productivity shit, but never for a gaming machine, unless I need to be portable. But then I'm gonna switch. So whatever.
Right. 2080 Super. Yeah, it's tough to go wrong.
Nice.
But you know, again, some of the things that we're excited about, just for once again, this is episode 3. You know, I'm excited to continue to do this. Again, we're gonna start having some more on Wednesdays. Wednesdays are going to allow us to do some a little bit shorter, but we're going to have some more knowledge about it, so we're going to be able to have fun talking about it and get you guys engaged Wednesday evenings. We haven't set a time yet, but we will.
Yeah, and actually, probably a good time real quick before we end here to go over one of the things we talked about doing too is some less traditional content too. Some stuff that might be maybe YouTube specific, something that I haven't really talked about with Ryan yet, but I know he'd be down for it too, is eventually probably do like some setup tours, things like that, go through the things that we use, because our setups are constantly evolving as we learn how to manage this shit. You know, so there'll be more short format content coming to YouTube, so make sure you hit over there as well.
That's right, we are on YouTube as well,
and TikTok,
Twitter, Facebook, TikTok. We do have a TikTok called the Grumpy Hustle Podcast. Check us out on TikTok there. But yeah, I'm excited to see what's coming up next. Again, we're gonna have a poll that's gonna be coming up on Twitter. I'll try to post it everywhere just so you guys can see it. We're on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok.
We think that'll be up like the next half hour.
Yeah, we'll get it up there. And YouTube. We can even do reaction videos, which is I'm super excited to do those too.
Ray talked about that, yeah, and I was totally down to do that. Yeah, he brought that up to me, and I thought it was a good idea. So. For sure.
Yeah, and I think we can do that too. So anything to continuously grow what we're trying to do here, I am extremely excited to do it. And this was a fun podcast, man. This was a good one.
It's good
to go over these top 10 lists and see what movies are out there. I know that you mentioned a few movies that I was like, oh shit, I forgot about that one. But yeah, it was fun. Nick?
Yeah, it was good. I want to really appreciate everybody taking their time out of their evening and stopping by. We appreciate the support so very much. I would say please go ahead, and if you haven't already, again, follow us on Twitter. Be looking for that poll to drop like the next half an hour, and then that way we can do our best work to make sure we can get you guys a nice podcast put together for next week with as much information as possible. So that's all I got.
Absolutely. So check us out on Wednesday. Potentially, we're gonna verify that and get that for Nick going on. We'll see what we got popping up on Wednesday. Hopefully we can get something. Maybe we should do a short reaction video trial run to see what's good with that. But again, just to echo what Nick said, man, Paul, Wes, JD, Praz, everybody that's in here right now, man, I thank you guys. This is going to be a fun continuation of what we started. Episode 4 coming at you. You guys have a good rest of your night. Nick, I'm going to catch you here in a minute. I'm going to catch you. Peace.